Spiritual growth isn't measured by material milestones or accolades. Unlike physical achievements, it's quiet and unassuming, yet deeply transformative. Spiritual evolution isn't about adding anything to yourself. It's about letting go, shedding the illusions, fears, and attachments that obscure the radiant truth of who you already are. Imagine peeling back the layers of an onion, each one bringing you closer to your purest essence. At the center lies your soul, limitless, unchanging, and aligned with the divine. But here's the secret. Your spiritual evolution doesn't rely on anything external. No teacher, book, or practice can force it. These are guides, yes, but the real work happens within, in the quiet stillness of your being. The universe orchestrates every moment, every encounter, to help you remember what you've always been. So how do you know if you're spiritually evolving? Let's begin by peeling back the first layer of truth. True spiritual evolution is not about acquiring saintly qualities or stacking up mystical achievements. That's an illusion of the ego, whispering that you need to be more to be worthy. But here's the paradox. You are already enlightened. Beneath all the masks, all the layers of attachment and desire, your true self shines like a hidden jewel. Think of it as a journey of uncovering rather than becoming. Enlightened teachers have long said that the path to spiritual awakening is a process of revelation, not accumulation. You don't work to be spiritual, you remember that you are. Imagine this. You are peeling an onion, each layer representing an aspect of the ego, wants, fears, attachments. With every layer that falls away, you move closer to the heart of your being. And as these layers dissolve, a profound transformation occurs. Consciousness expands, awareness deepens, and an unshakable sense of oneness emerges. But here's the challenge. The more you shed, the more your mind resists. The ego clings tightly, trying to convince you that you are losing something essential. It fears its own dissolution, yet only in letting go can you experience the profound truth that has been patiently waiting for you. The secret. The truth you seek cannot be found through logic or intellect. It can only be unveiled in stillness. The mind, no matter how brilliant, can only point toward the divine. It cannot know it. To experience this, practice silence. Not just external quiet, but an inner stillness, where the layers of illusion begin to dissolve. There is an ancient saying that whispers through the corridors of mystery schools and spiritual traditions: the truth shall never be written. At first, it might sound like secrecy, as though spiritual wisdom is being guarded by the chosen few. But the real meaning is far deeper and infinitely more profound. It means that the highest truths cannot be contained within words. The moment we attempt to describe them, they slip through our fingers, like trying to catch sunlight in a jar. Spiritual evolution is, at its core, an experience, not a concept. It's the subtle yet seismic shift that happens when you step beyond the confines of your analytical mind. Words can act as signposts, pointing you in the right direction, but they will never deliver you to the destination. This is why so many spiritual teachers emphasize stillness, silence, and the importance of going inward. Only there, beyond thought, beyond form, can the truth be directly known. For those who have touched these higher states of consciousness, the experience is unmistakable. It feels as though the veils of separation are lifted, revealing the divine unity that underpins all existence. But here's the paradox. The more profound the experience, the harder it becomes to describe. If you try to put it into words, you find that language feels clumsy and insufficient, as though you're trying to paint the vastness of the cosmos with a single brushstroke. And yet, for those who haven't experienced it, this ineffability can make the truth seem unreal, something they dismiss as fantasy or delusion. Skeptics may scoff, claiming it's all a product of imagination, and their egos are quick to ridicule what they cannot comprehend. But the truth doesn't require validation. It simply is. Here's the secret. To step into this higher awareness, you must quiet the incessant chatter of the mind. The thinking mind, brilliant though it may be, is a tool, not the master. When it dominates, it traps you in endless loops of analysis, far removed from the divine stillness that leads to revelation. This is why practices like meditation are so essential on the spiritual path. They help you dissolve the noise and open a door to the profound silence where truth resides. In that silence, something extraordinary begins to happen. You start to feel the connection between yourself and everything around you. It's not a thought or an idea, it's a direct experience. The boundary between you and the rest of existence blurs, and for a moment, you glimpse the infinite. Time feels less linear, more like an eternal now. And in that timeless space, you realize that all the answers you've been seeking have always been within you. But here's another layer to the mystery. The answers don't come when you demand them. They come when you are ready. Sometimes this readiness comes after years of seeking. Other times it happens in a single moment of surrender. The universe has a way of revealing its secrets at the perfect time. Not when your mind insists, but when your soul is aligned to receive them. So how do you prepare for this alignment? You learn to listen, not with your ears, but with your being. You cultivate stillness, curiosity, and an openness to what the universe wants to reveal. The answers may not come as words or images. They may come as a feeling, a knowing, or a sudden moment of clarity that changes everything. The secret. The path to spiritual truth is not about forcing understanding. It's about softening, surrendering, and allowing yourself to be guided. The universe isn't hiding anything from you. It's waiting for you to be still enough to hear its whispers. Spiritual growth is like a quiet awakening, often so subtle that you might not notice it at first. Yet there are unmistakable signs, a tapestry of transformations that reveal you're evolving in profound ways. Let's explore these signs one by one to illuminate the sacred path you're walking. Life becomes a series of spiritual opportunities. What once felt like random chaos or misfortune now holds meaning. Challenges that might have frustrated or angered you before are seen in a new light as lessons. When you face a difficult situation, like a conflict at work or a sudden obstacle, it no longer feels like life is happening to you. Instead, you recognize it's happening for you, offering an opportunity to grow. You pause in moments of frustration. Instead of reacting, you breathe, observe, and ask, "What is this teaching me?" Patience, resilience, and compassion become your natural responses. Where once there might have been anger or despair, life begins to feel like a grand spiritual classroom, and every experience becomes part of your curriculum. Material attachments lose their grip. Have you noticed yourself valuing simplicity over possessions? As you evolve spiritually, the glittering allure of material success and external validation starts to fade. That new car or promotion might still bring some joy, but it's fleeting, like a spark that doesn't ignite a lasting fire. Instead, you find fulfillment in connection, inner peace, and purpose. Spending time in nature, sharing meaningful moments with loved ones, or simply sitting in stillness fills you with a deeper sense of contentment. You realize that happiness isn't something to own, it's something to be. Awakening from a dream. It's as if you've been asleep for years, and now your eyes are opening for the first time. The world appears richer, more vibrant, each moment brimming with significance. You start to notice the sacredness of ordinary things, the song of a bird, the warmth of sunlight on your skin, the rhythm of your breath. Time feels different, less like a linear march and more like a flowing river. You live less in the past or future and more in the now. In this presence, you discover a profound peace that has always been there, waiting for you to notice. Understanding difficult people. Difficult people no longer provoke the same reactions they once did. Instead of feeling anger or resentment, you see their struggles with clarity. You realize that their harsh words or actions are often cries for help, born from their own pain or fear. This understanding brings patience, empathy, and forgiveness. You no longer take their behavior personally, and instead, you hold space for them to heal, even if they're not aware of it. In these moments, you embody compassion, becoming a mirror for the light they may have forgotten within themselves. Life unfolds in cycles. As your awareness expands, you start to see that life doesn't follow a straight line. Instead, it moves in beautiful, intricate spirals. Growth, rest, decay, renewal. Each phase flows into the next, mirroring the rhythms of the natural world. This understanding transforms how you approach challenges and setbacks. You no longer view them as failures, but as necessary parts of the cycle. Like winter giving way to spring, these moments of stillness or struggle are preparing you for something new, a deeper growth, a richer understanding, a brighter light. This cyclical perspective brings profound emotional resilience. When difficulties arise, you no longer resist them as something wrong. Instead, you embrace them as an essential phase of your journey. You realize that every step, whether it feels like progress or not, is bringing you closer to the truth of who you are. These signs, whether subtle or profound, are like guideposts on your path. They remind you that spiritual evolution is not about reaching a final destination. It's a never-ending dance of unfolding, a spiral journey that carries you closer to the divine essence at the heart of all things. The secret: trust the rhythm of your life. Trust the pauses as much as the leaps. Just as nature cycles through seasons, your soul moves through phases of growth, rest, and renewal. Honor each phase and know that you are exactly where you are meant to be. Spiritual evolution is not a straight line. It's a spiral journey, with moments of clarity and expansion often followed by plateaus or even struggles. These times of stillness or difficulty can feel disheartening, but they are an essential part of your growth. Challenges are like mirrors, reflecting the parts of yourself that still need healing or understanding. Plateaus, on the other hand, are spaces of integration, moments when your soul consolidates the lessons you've learned before moving forward. The secret here is patience. Growth doesn't always feel like growth in the moment. Trust the process and allow life to unfold in its own time. As the saying goes, the darkest hour is just before the dawn. Your spiritual evolution is a sacred, never-ending journey. It's a path of unveiling, of remembering, of stepping closer to the divine truth of who you are. Even when the progress feels slow, even when challenges arise, trust that every step is part of the greater plan. The secret: be curious, be grateful. Above all, be loving with yourself and the world around you. The universe is always guiding you, whispering truths meant just for you.